Hello again. This time I am building a plane that can, and I'm not kidding, fly all the way up to the ionosphere. Thermosphere. Ionosphere is native. Thermosphere before flaming out. This might take a minute, it would be a fairly long video without too much talking, but the thing gets high. It's higher than any other planet ever made, ever. You can see it's got 3 layers of swept wings for lift, along with some deltas for support with the control surfaces back here. So other than that, it's got only 1 fuel tank, 1 turbojet engine, and 5, 10, 15, 20, 31 ram air intakes. So that should give you a little bit of a premise on what we're working with as far as resources. Lots of intake here. Okay, we're out of the troposphere now and in the stratosphere. This is where we fly pretty much level, because the idea of the troposphere is it's just so thick and annoying. You want to get out of it as fast as you possibly can. The stratosphere is where we really start to pick up speed. As you can see, the speed thing is suddenly in the 600 range, and there's the re-entry. There needs to be a name for other than re-entry burn, because we're going up. That'll get worse and worse, the thing picks up more and more velocity and we get higher and higher. Leans, the planes. Basically, no matter what, you get a slight lean and you have to correct for it. The SAS systems are really shitty at controlling roll. They always have been. I don't want to gain altitude any faster than I have to. I know that may sound a little odd. The idea is to try to get it to cruise pretty much flat, because the flatter you go, the faster you go. And I want to catch the thing up in speed first before bothering with altitude. Let the altitude come automatically once you're going 2,000 meters per second. SAS is best with pitch, it's not as good with the other two. And it's really shitty with roll, so you tend to get drift and you have to control it manually no matter what kind of control system you have built in. As you can see now, increasing speed and altitude and starting to have an increasing problem with the engines getting lower and lower thrust. There's actually a competition for that soon. Once this thing starts getting flamed out, they start lowering the thrust, and then actually can make it last longer. We get a little bit of thrust despite being ridiculously high up. But we don't flame out. Status nominal despite the current height well up here in the mesosphere. And we're still accelerating, as you can see, not fast, but we are accelerating. So, low jerk, but still working. Hey, there's my other ship, way over here. Flamed out for a second there, went click. Then I lowered the thrust. You can get a lot higher flight if you just lower thrust. You still get a teeny bit of air, and the engine needs less air, less fuel you try to pull out of it. We're currently flame out. Status back nominal. Yeah, every time you get a flame out, just lower the thrust, you can get a little longer. Now we are officially losing velocity, even though I have engines on. But add a little bit of force will make the other end go farther. Flame out. Back on. This is the last time. You see the thrust, a little red register down there, is just above out. So this is the lowest you can basically put it, and it still works. But it is producing thrust. Fuel flow, 2, 1, and 0. At this point, I'm not exactly sure what the game is doing, because we've hit the lowest possible fuel flow, 1, 2, 5 digits down. It's all zeros, but we haven't actually hit flame out. See, this area where it's such a low level that it can't even register anymore, but it hasn't actually registered failure of the engine. But in retrospect, 69, I believe, is space as far as this is concerned. So very shortly, we're going to be in utter no atmosphere. At which point, yeah, there, flame out, yes. So it did have, technically, it still had a little bit of fuel and a little bit of energy. We were technically still producing thrust at some tiny level, even right up until it hit space. So that tells you what this thing was capable of doing. We still had a functioning engine, air-breathing engine till space. So here's what our orbit looks like. There's a lot of them, but the blue one's us. We are going to have an apoapsis of 197,030 something meters. So that's well outside of atmosphere, which is 70,000. In fact, we're something like 3 times higher than the atmosphere is. When it comes back around, it's only going to 2,000, so it's not in orbit or anything right now. But you can't do that with purely air-breathing engine. There's no way. You need to have rocket fuel at some point, which I theoretically could put tiny rockets on this. Hell, I could even put those solid fuel JADO things on this, and then on the ass end at apoapsis fire them off and see if it increases it. But I didn't. I just wanted to go for super light, as light as I could possibly go. So, just see the time lapse. Planet go bye-bye! And ship flying. Alright, we're back in air. And we're coming down hard. Or not very hard. I mean, we're coming down. Going fast as anything. At this point, there's not a whole hell of a lot else to show you guys. We're flamed out. Well, no, we're not. We're nominal. Flame back on. Up here is in the thermosphere. Troposphere, mesosphere, no, troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, and there would be an ionosphere, but in Kerbal they don't have that. So the jet is capable of, the engine is capable of functioning in the thermosphere. This is a kick-ass little plane. Oh, I guess that's it for this one, since that's basically everything this thing does. Alright, like, comment, and everything. See you later.